What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into some r/ChoosingBeggars. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. My experience trying to sell printers on Facebook. Posted by user is_this_Reddit_01. My work decided to get rid of the old printers and buy new ones. I was put in charge of selling the old printers, and I was specifically told to sell the 20 or so printers for $30 each. I put an ad on Facebook saying, selling 20 old printers for $30 each, etc. The same day, I got a message. I forgot to take screenshots. Choosing beggar.
Are the printers available?
Me. Yes, they are. Choosing beggar.
Can I get all of them for $5?
Me. No. Choosing beggar.
Okay, I want 5 printers for $150.
Me. Can you meet me at mall at 4 p.m. today? Choosing beggar.
Yes.
4 p.m. rolls over and choosing beggar comes in a van. Choosing beggar.
Okay, I only have $5. Can I still have the printers?
Me. No. Choosing beggar.
Come on, dude, I rented a van.
Me. I spent 2 hours loading these printers into my car. Choosing beggar.
Give me $100 for compensation.
Me. I'm gonna leave now. I start walking towards my car. Choosing beggar.
Come on, dude, give me the printers and the $100 you owe me.
I keep walking and drive off and block this guy on Messenger. Later, I found a small business that wanted the printers for the full price. Oh my god. This can't be real. I mean, it probably is, but why would you expect them to reimburse you for the van when you're already shorting them on the amount that you agreed to in the first place? Oh boy, we're starting it off good today. And you know, because it is the holidays, I have a feeling that there are going to be a lot of choosing beggar stories that are going to be posted soon, my dudes. So I think this is just the beginning. Norwegian woman begs for money after bank takes money from her. Posted by user PokeyNBN. This is my first time posting here, but I felt like this fits in. My girlfriend, who isn't on Reddit, sent me a post in one of those buyers sell groups on Facebook. It's only the choosing beggar talking in this situation, as she blocked the comments and deleted every comment except hers. I'll post the Imgur link with a screenshot in the comments, but everything is in Norwegian. Choosing beggar. Is there anyone that can loan me 1,500, 2,000, or 3,000 KR? Norwegian currency. This is approximately 150, 200, or 300 USD. It's a crisis here right now after the bank took my money. I only have 100 KR, approximately 10 USD, for the 12th of December. I doubt anyone will be nice enough to help me, unfortunately. I take Vipps, the money transaction app in Norway, or transfers to my bank account, PM. Then she goes on in the comments section. Comment 1. Oh yeah. Keep using the angry emote. I don't care. Comment 2. Or sad emote. Don't really give a fuck. Comment 3. I'm sitting here laughing at you guys. Tragic people. Comment 4. I'm just going to block the people who are using the sad and angry emotes. Tragic. No. The only thing tragic is you begging for that much money online. Like, clearly you don't have any friends, otherwise you wouldn't have to resort to Facebook, because that's something you do privately with friends or family. You ask, hey, I need a little bit of help. If somebody's friends and family aren't even helping them, you need to take a step back and say why are they not helping them? Evaluate the entire situation. But I mean, I don't know, like, who knows if she actually did have her money taken from her. Maybe there was some kind of glitch in the bank. like, we can't really judge this woman, but, like, I mean, it is funny that she's getting upset at the angry and sad emotes. Like, you need to explain yourself a little more. Otherwise, people are just gonna see it as you just asking for money and making shit up, you know? Especially if you're just posting on Facebook Marketplace to, like, random strangers. Like I said, like, everybody... There's always a time in your life where you're gonna have a rough time. So, I can't be too quick to judge people, but this does seem pretty funny that they're going to complete strangers asking for money. How do you deal with choosing beggars in your family? Posted by user GreenLoveX. I recently made a Fiverr account offering face and body Photoshop services, and it said on the site that I'm more likely to get customers if I share my gigs on social media. So I did. What a mistake that was. A few hours later, my cousin, that never messages me, crawled into my inbox. She said how she didn't know I had such a talent for editing photos, and I thanked her for her kind words. But she proceeded by asking for just a few quick edits. I tried to come up with an excuse and said I'm sort of busy with other requests at the moment, to which she replied that she can see on Fiverr that no one bought my services yet. I can provide screenshots, but it's not in English. I didn't reply to her yet. I spoke to my mom about it, and she said I should just do it and that it's not that big of a deal. But I just don't feel like spending hours doing work for free just because she is my cousin, that I'm not even close with. What should I reply to her, and how do you guys deal with choosing beggars in your family? I'm pretty straight up with them, and I just say, yeah, you know, like, this just happened to me the other day. Somebody asked me to make something, and I just said, oh, sorry, you know, I'm really stacked up with previous projects. Like, I'm really backlogged with all the projects I need to get done. Maybe in the new year, I might be able to make one for you. If you want to go pick out the yarn, you know, basically saying buy your own materials, because this person in particular tends to think I'll just make everything for free. Like I can make yarn out of my butt. I don't know. That is my special fairy talent, my dudes. I can spin yarn out of my butts. Didn't you know? Oh my god, this is brutal. But yeah, you could also say something like, well, Fiverr isn't the only site I take work. Like, you know, I have people messaging me on, like, you know, Instagram or something. Just make shit up. It's a cousin that barely speaks to you. You don't owe them anything because they clearly haven't shown that you mean anything to them until they realize that you have a skill to make them look better, you know? So, I mean, just make something up. Even if you don't have another account for freelancing work or whatever, just say you do. It's not that, I mean, I'm not condoning lying, but this is a kind of lie that's, because they're clearly trying to take advantage of you. So you just need to, like, just squash that. Be civilized. Say, you know, oh, maybe I can get to it if maybe you can buy me a coffee or something, you know, like, get together, like, make it, if you want. I mean, this is your decision. If you want to hang out with this person, make it into a thing where they have to spend time with you. And, like, quality time. They have to buy you a coffee, something, so that their time is being taken up just as much as yours while you're doing it. And you can talk to them. Sit there while you're editing the photo. Have a coffee with your cousin or your family. Unless you don't want to, then fuck it, you know? Just an idea, though. Switch Lite is not good enough. Posted by user Mr. Jello. I have a niece and a nephew, going to be 14 and 8 respectively. My niece is also my goddaughter. Their birthdays are in December and January. At Thanksgiving, I asked my niece what she wanted for her birthday. I also try to get her either something that she really wants or something that I think she would love. For example, for her 10th birthday, I built her a gaming PC. For her 11th, I upgraded a graphics card and got her a second monitor. For 12th, I got her a year's subscription of Loot Crate and Google Home Mini with Chromecast and access to my Netflix account. For 13th, I got her a $550 laptop. And this year, she asked for a Nintendo Switch. I asked her what kind, but she said she doesn't care. For my nephew, I try not to spend as much since he is younger and he has his own godparents. But saying that, I built him a gaming PC for his 7th birthday, using some of my old parts and bought some new. That was just as good as his sister's. I also did it as a part gift for my niece since he really annoys her over the PC. His mom treats him way better than her daughter, so I try to always have her back. Now to Choosing Beggar. I'm guessing that my niece said something about me getting her a Switch for her birthday. Sister-in-law texts my mom that we have to get a Switch for the nephew or else they will be fighting. Now to Choosing Beggar. I'm guessing that my niece said something about me getting her a Switch for her birthday. Sister-in-law texts my mom that we have to get a Switch for the nephew or else they will be fighting. She specifically says the blue Switch Lite. My mom already got gifts for the kids. I still haven't. Well, technically, I already got him an addressable RGB keyboard that he wanted and was going to get him an Overwatch Bastion Lego set, since he is really into Overwatch and loves Bastion. I'm a bit pissed since I wasn't planning on getting 2 Switches this year, especially when one of them wasn't even for myself. But I said, fuck it, I'll get them both Switches. I bought Switch Lite for my nephew that he wanted. Today, my mom gets another text with a link to a regular Switch that I must get my nephew since they have been fighting over not getting the exact same Switch. This just pissed me off to no end. How about teach your kids that it is okay not to have the exact same thing? How about teaching them to be grateful for what they get? Ultimately, I will probably get Switch Lite for my niece and then they will both have identical Switches. I'm not cheap. But I hate nothing more than being exploited. Oh my god. Why don't you say something? I mean, you don't know these people's situation. You don't know this person's sister-in-law and how she reacts to things. But maybe he just wants to completely avoid a giant blow-up. Because I've had, we'll call them in-laws even though they weren't technically in-laws. But I've had in-laws that were fucking nuts. They were nutter butters, my dudes. Like, Christmas Day was no... Let me just say, they were probably a big reason why Christmas was ruined for me. Like, it was like Jerry Springer in the house on Christmas Day. Just let me tell you, it was insane. These people were freaking insane. So, I understand. Some people are just nuts and you can't really approach them with anything. So, I guess... I mean, it is totally nice. Like, a Nintendo Switch, just, whew, that's a lot of money. You're expecting your brother-in-law or sister, I think it's brother-in-law. That's a lot of money to expect them to spend on Christmas. You know what I mean? They're not even his kids. I mean, one of them kind of technically maybe because he's the godparent. And that might be his kid one day. You never know. Fingers crossed that never happens. But I can understand why he treats her a little better. But, like, yeah, you need to teach your kids. They don't need identical shit. Especially a 12-year-old should know better. Definitely should know better. Like, just raise your kids right. Just for fuck's sakes. Break me off a chunk of the great, great wall. Posted by user Vasco_da_gamma_ray. Back in high school, my best friend was in special ed. Honestly, he didn't have a learning disability or anything. He just had a big personality and the teachers didn't know how to deal with it. But I digress. Every day at lunch, I would sit at a table with him and his entire special ed class. There was one kid who sat with us. Let's call him Roy. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Roy could be pretty annoying by making awful sex jokes and writing even worse metal lyrics. But overall, he was a nice kid. Occasionally, I would go over to his house and met his parents. Let's call them Mama and Mr. Mullet. Mama Mullet would nag everyone all the time about everything, while Mr. Mullet would smoke weed and admire his rock collection. Yes, he collected rocks and geodes and even claimed to own a piece of the moon. Okay, enough context. After I graduated, I took my first trip abroad to China. I've always been interested in that region and was super excited to learn more about the history and to climb the Great Wall. Roy and his parents knew this, and for months, they would pester me about bringing them back a piece of this architectural wonder. In every conversation, they would beg me and tell me how happy they would be if they could add it to their collection. Never mind that it is one of the wonders of the world, or located within an increasingly totalitarian police state. I had to break off a chunk of the wall and smuggle it back to the States. Yeah, okay. The day finally came. It was nearly 100 degrees Fahrenheit and humid as hell. I set off, step by step, scaling uneven ground and a mob of tourists. Despite my burning legs and the bubbling puddle of sweat I became, I ventured onward, feeling increasingly elated as I climbed up the barrier that had repelled barbaric nomads centuries before. And then I heard Mama Mullet's voice in my head. Just break us off a little piece. Knowing how happy it would make them and Roy, I scoured the ground for something, anything, and discovered a tiny pebble lying loose in a guard tower. Victory! I tucked it away in my pocket, anxious that Chinese border patrol would interrogate me, and I'd have to call my parents from a dimly lit, piss-soaked cell before my organs were harvested. Luckily, my worst fears were never realized. I flew back home and proudly presented the mighty morsel to Mama and Mr. Mullet. I basked in the glory of the anticipated happiness. But no, they were disappointed and pissed. We wanted a big chunk of the Great Wall. This is a tiny pebble. It could be from anywhere. How do I know that you're not lying? Why couldn't you bring us back something bigger? After we waited all this time, this is what you brought back? How could you be so stupid? Needless to say, I left with my own damn pebble and happily never spoke to any of them again. Yeah, I don't blame him. Fuck that shit. You're literally sweating, thinking that you're gonna get pulled in by the border police or something just for this tiny little pebble, and it's not good enough. Would they expect you to do? Smuggle a giant rock up your butt? What is with me and referring to things coming out of or going into the butt today? I am so sorry. All right, my dudes, and the last story of the day is called My Sister, the Choosing Beggar, posted by user dentom1987. So this happened last week when my parents had their 25th wedding anniversary. I was sitting with some family members talking about sports, cars, and our jobs, and in comes the choosing beggar, my sister. She immediately starts complaining to everyone that she needs a new phone because hers died and they are too expensive. I tell her that I still have an unused Samsung Galaxy A5 at home that I won in a raffle last year. My sister looks at me disgusted and tells me I should take the A5 myself and give her my Samsung Galaxy S10 I got with my phone contract. I get a new phone each year if I pay a little bit extra for some newer models, which I don't mind doing. I told her I wasn't going to do it because I'm not the one needing a new phone. She is. And if she wants a new model, she should go buy one herself or be happy with the free one I'm willing to give her. She walks away in a fit and starts complaining to my parents. FYI, my dad always takes her side, no matter what the problem is. My dad tried to convince her to just accept the A5 and he will buy her an S10 when he has some money. My mom is partially handicapped after a brain aneurysm, and my dad takes care of her full time, so he has to make do with the little money he has each month. I got mad and told my sister to get a proper job for 30 plus hours in the week instead of the one she has now for 8 hours a week. And I even offered her a job at my place, and she just started yelling and walked away. Haven't spoken to her since. Neither have my parents, and apparently it's my fault. TLDR, Sister's phone died. Wants a new one. I still have an unused A5 lying around. She wants my S10 instead. I tell her no. She starts complaining to my parents. I still tell her no. She leaves and haven't heard from her since. Dad blames me. Oh, that's fucked that you're in that position because, like, she's clearly an adult. Is she an adult? I think. I don't know. He doesn't really say, I don't think. No, he doesn't really say how old his sister is. I mean, his username says 1987. So I'm guessing that he is 4 years. He's in his 30s. We'll say that, okay? And so I'm gonna guess if she's not in her 30s also, then she's probably in her 20s. So definitely probably an adult. Definitely probably. Yeah, so get a job. Get a job that you work more than 8 hours a day. Coming from the person that doesn't have a job, but not from lack of trying. Yeah, that's fucked that she should expect she's a grown-ass woman expecting her grown-ass man of a brother to buy her or give her a new phone. And then their father, is even a bigger jerk for blaming him. Like, how does that work? OP is not Choosing Beggars' father. For one. Two, the father shouldn't even be buying her a phone. She should be learning responsibility and getting a job where she can support herself to have a new phone. Like, oh, Choosing Beggars, you guys are just a different breed of people entirely. All right, my dudes, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos just like this one. And as always, the links to these stories will be in the description, so head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it. And as always, the links to all my socials, my dudes, are in the description as well, to the links to the stories. You guys want to submit anything to me that you would like to see in the video, send it. Send it to me. Even if you're not sure if I'll like it, send it anyway. I'm cool with that. I love hearing from you guys. All right, my dudes, I will see you in tomorrow's episode. I hope you all have a fantabulous day.